everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and these are a bunch of Aussie weirdos.
Yeah. G'day, mate. Another shrimp on the barbie.
Of course, I'm joking. These are the amazing friends from Australia that have all come to congregate together for a romantic affair, and we all decided to do some collaboration videos. So we have Meredith from Bin Chicken Butts, Erin from Shivas and Shelves, we have Zoe from Books with Zoe,
Yep.
we have Sash from Sash Reads, and we have some person that nobody knows the real identity of. No, we have Ren, from the Reading Ren, who is my partner and amazing human. So, what are we doing on today's video? We decided to each do various challenges and tasks and things, so please go check out everyone else's videos as well. I will link below to everyone. For mine, I decided to do a book tag, and I went back through and I found one from my friend Kevin, who he's no longer active on BookTube, but when he was, he did the All About Series Booktag, and I thought that maybe this could conjure up some controversy, maybe some drama. So yeah, I have I've picked a few questions from the tag. We're not doing all of them because we would be here for about 3 hours if we did, but I've picked my favourite questions from the tag, and because they could not think of any sort of answers, Ren is going to be the one to read out the questions, and then each of us is going to say our answer so we can hopefully get some interesting observations, reactions. So without further ado, let's get on to the tag. Woo!
Yeah!
Nice job!
10 points!
So just gonna human caterpillar this.
Please
As long as you don't say 50p.
I was thinking to say no, not again.
Sorry, Kirsty, I'll shut up.
It's fine.
I love how we're just misbehaving for this. Sorry.
We were so cool.
Right?
So, first question is, what was the best finale?
I put Jade City, but the last book's Jade Legacy.
You sound really confident about your answer. You must really like it.
I feel like it's spoilery though, like, I don't know. Just tied everything up well. The themes were really captured in the... I don't want to spoil anything. So I don't know.
You're gonna have to read it to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tied stuff up well.
Ooh.
If I say the stuff is a spoiler.
My favourite best finale is Winter by Marissa Meyer, the Lunar Chronicles.
I so nearly picked that.
I think it just tied up everything so well, and I read this like not 10 years ago, probably about 8 years ago. I think it tied up because it's like 4 interconnected stories that do kind of connect in the end there, and everything did really well.
I picked The Angel of Indian Lake, which is the third book in the Lake Witch trilogy, or Indian Lake Witch trilogies. I feel like the name of the trilogy changed a couple of times while it was being published, by Stephen Graham Jones. I thought that it was a really fitting send-off for the character of Jade Daniels, and I feel like it really kind of like built on what had happened in the first 2 books, and like built on the tone, and Stephen Graham Jones is a great writer.
I had Jade Legacy, like Meredith.
Oh.
The whole series.
No points for you.
Maybe Zoe can probably actually articulate
Because the whole
why.
trilogy is ridiculously good, and the last book was just one of the best books I've ever read. Like, finishing a series, and it's just amazing.
Do you understand though how it's hard to talk about though?
Yes, because so many things happen
should
in
have said
that
no.
series.
I thought you will actually be able to say why, but now I feel validated.
I chose Captive Prince trilogy, so it's King's Rising by C.S. McCat, because not only was I an absolute crying, sobbing mess because it took me through all of the emotions and I forgot how to breathe in the final like 2 chapters, so I was kind of crying from the emotions but also kind of dying. But yeah, again, it wrapped everything up really well, and certain revelations came out that I was not expecting, and it kind of didn't go exactly as planned, and I just thought it was a pretty flawless ending to an amazing Enemies to Lovers series, which I am a slut for.
Yes.
And it's true enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Not this fake shit that people keep doing.
Alright, question 2 is what was the worst finale?
This series right here. So Unbroken Bonds by Jay Bree. It's the sixth and final book in I think it's called the Broken Bonds series. It just felt like everything kind of wrapped up in the 5th book, but then they brought new things into the 6th book, but wrapped it all up in the same book. It also kind of introduced maybe another storyline, but the author has said they won't be continuing with this world. So it was just very weird. And yeah, I just think it was a very weird book to end on.
My pick is Dead Ever After / After Dead, which is the 13th and 13.5 books in the Sookie Stackhouse Southern Vampire Mysteries series. I feel like it wraps up bad and like left kind of a bad taste in my mouth, and then I read the like little add-on After Dead that is basically just a few like 1 paragraph epilogues for characters, and it got even worse.
I had Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson because that last book, still 5 stars, but it's so random, twisted, and just weird compared to the first 2 books, and you kind of go, where did this come from? So, yes.
So I'll like it.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
But still 5 stars.
Still 5 stars, but it was just weird.
It's like a bad 5 stars.
I thought that was going to be like a spicy take.
I'm going with one that is a indie series, so kind of controversial with like it being indie, I guess. But The Confectioner's Guild by Claire Luana. Just, it brought in characters that we were supposed to care about and we didn't. And the plot line everything seemed to unravel instead of tied together. And I was left going, why did I waste my time? And it started off as such an interesting and good series. So yeah, still kind of mad about that.
Why is it controversial? Because it's indie.
Just because, like, you know, I like to promote, like, it's not a generic, but it's like,
Yeah,
I really like to be positive about indie where possible. And
Some
really
indie authors are
support.
bad, just like some traditionally published authors are bad.
Yeah.
True, it's just, I try to not shit on self-published if I can. I try to focus on the good, but this one really didn't.
I put Blue Flag, even though I really love the whole story. I don't like to shit on Netting too bad because it does feel like possibly the author wasn't allowed to make it too queer at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it very much shows more of the straight couples at the end than the queer ones. But I really like the story overall. Just disappointed about the end, but as I said, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable saying it was the author's choice when the whole story is quite queer.
Yeah.
So it felt like you're not allowed to actually make it really queer at the end and make it canon. But I really like the rest of it.
Nice.
Alright, number 3 is a series that should have ended before it did.
This isn't going to be meaningful to basically anyone, but
Try me.
this one is basically a book that got a sequel that didn't need a sequel, and the sequel was bad. One of my favorite books is Santa Olivia by
Jacqueline Carey?
Jacqueline Carey, and she wrote a sequel. I think it's called like Saints Astray, that like follows on like directly from the end of the first book, and I love the first book so much. The sequel is fun, but it feels like fan fiction of the first book, and I don't need the author to write fan fiction of their own characters.
No.
I had Ready Player One because the sequel.
Oh no, the first one's
The
good.
first one.
Oh,
the
yeah, this is
first
sequels,
one. I've etched that
Is it
sequel
called Ready
out
Player
of.
Two?
I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
let's call it Ready Player 2. That one did not need to be written. The first book was perfect.
The author wanted money.
And then the second one is such a cash grab, and I just instantly want to get it out of my brain. That's why I can't remember the title.
I love Jane Wilson, she's great. She's much funnier than all of us.
Except her voice.
Her voice is fine if you speed it up.
We just had a massive like run around. Okay, roll out.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a good one to help calm the mood a bit. Apparently not.
We had a nap before as well.
Yeah.
This is my normal level of bitchiness.
Erin's in her prime.
So I'm still bouncing in my head of which one of these I'm going to pick, but I'm going to go with my very first instinct, which was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. The first one was so perfect, the way it interweaved the relationship, the sort of the politics, like the gender
No, keep going. Yeah.
Like the sort of the gender. Are you
You're
sure?
laughing. I thought you were crying.
You okay?
I'm sorry. No, keep
Can I
going.
sigh?
No, it's okay.
Wow.
I'll be good.
The gender bullshit with like Audrey Rose and Thomas and stuff, and then also like the history of Jack the Ripper and the way that was weaved in but kept really respectful. I loved that, and then I felt the sequel just kind of threw everything that was good about the first one into a garbage. What is wrong with you? I'm taking these away. Sorry.
I think you made way too many.
Like, do you really like these books and you're upset? I thought you were crying.
I'm so sorry. That's fine.
So yeah, I just felt the first book was absolutely flawless, perfectly executed, and had everything that I liked, and I loved the setting. The second book just not necessary, and then it brought in, and I've only heard bad things from the third one onwards, and I'm just like, it could have stopped at been a standalone and been perfection.
Not everything has to be a series.
No.
Exactly.
But
And
mine-
Karen Maniscalco is really good at first books and really bad at other books, like a certain other author that I will mention later on.
Foreshadowing.
Yes.
I actually didn't have an answer, but I was thinking, I don't know if this counts though, but I really don't think there needed to be any more Hunger Games books. But the money, the money. Yeah, I didn't prepare that, so I have nothing
I
to
feel
say.
like we've all
That's
been
good.
kind of waiting for a Haymitch story.
Yeah.
haven't.
I don't think we needed a President Snow story.
I don't think we
I
needed
DNF'd
anything,
that
to be
book.
honest. I think it was like perfection.
The series that I think should have ended now is Zodiac Academy. I've yet to finish it.
Controversial
Wow.
for you.
Wow.
Critiquing our faves, we love it.
So brave. So brave.
So proud of you. Character development in the making. So poo jokes are beneath you, but farts are great. Just once you get to sharp, that's it. No more.
You've had 3 children, you cannot be laughing this hard.
Thank you for recognizing that though. Okay.
I piss laughing all the time too.
encouraging it.
So-
I don't know, I'm weird.
Okay. So Zodiac Academy, there is like 9 main stories, right? But there's like a novella in between each. I haven't finished 7, 8, or 9, or 8.5, or 9.5. I've been told that after 7 sucks and there didn't need to be an 8 or a 9. So I'm just speaking for the people.
Aaron's like, there didn't need to be any.
Yeah, why were they even written in the first place?
Alright, number 4 is series I regret reading or won't continue.
It's your stuff.
Me? I've gone with Red Queen series.
I almost said Red Queen!
The first book was good. The second book was utter shit, so much so that I DNF'd it and don't want to ever pick up the book.
Yes!
It's
That's all
so
I've ever heard
awful.
about that. Is that the Victoria APR?
Yes.
Yeah. I've only ever heard bad things about that series.
It's just
You speak your truth.
Yeah.
So those people that love it, I don't know what
What
planet
was the
you're
book
on.
again?
Red Queen series.
Forgot already.
And, fun fact, Victoria Abiad was promoting her book on Threads or Twitter or something the other day, like 3 months ago. And people were like, why did you rip off Powerless by Lauren Roberts?
Isn't that a new book?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Victoria Abiad was like, I published this 10 years ago, guys. So,
Yeah.
Back the fuck off.
so yeah, so that's a fun little fun fact.
So
With the
I won't
Powerless over there on
so-
your shelf.
So I won't like Powerless.
Probably
then.
not.
No.
Crescent City. There.
That makes
I
sense.
said it. First book. I both
Was
read.
bad, yeah.
No.
I was just gonna kill it with that, and you guys are like, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, there are people who will be pissed. First book, I both regret and I won't continue because I regret reading it because the first book made me. It's still one of my all-time favourite books. It's still my book of the year for 2021. It was incredible in my opinion. And then she followed it up with A Steaming Pile of Trash and then followed it up with Worse and then made it multi-dimensional, which made me go, absolutely not. So it just kind of, it made me mad that it made me fall in love with that first book so much only to just let me down. And I've never before given a first book 5 stars and the second book's 2 stars until that series. So, fuck you. SJM. Move on.
I don't really have an answer.
That's fine.
I just love everything equally.
No, it's
No, you don't.
I just feel like when I really don't like something, I just DNF it. So I just feel like.
That's why it's like, is
Or
there a
I
series
finished
you've
this-
DNF'd?
I have actually finished the series, but I wouldn't necessarily regret reading it, I guess. I don't know. I just couldn't think of anything. I'm just a pussy, I guess. Just didn't
Don't
wanna-
worry, it took me
I didn't
a
want to be
while
mean.
too.
I didn't want to be mean.
I think you like Crescent City because I feel like it does take a lot of inspiration from Nalini Singh. Is it
I
Nalini
liked-
Singh or a different book?
It was the dynamic between Danica and Bryce and the sister and the grief and the loss and all of that side. That's what got me. And it was like the ending, both times I listened to it, I was just crying.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it got me. Like, you know, the romance in it was absolutely shit. And I was actually way more invested in Ethan. I loved Ethan, and I know a lot of people shit on him. But I really loved him and Rune and
Which
their
one's
stories.
The brother.
The brother, yeah, the
I
younger
like
brother
the
of the
two
one.
chicks that were together that were not important.
Yeah, the ballerina.
I liked Danica.
Yeah.
Shame she was
Yeah.
dead.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah,
her
I
too.
love Danica. Yeah, most
She's
people
based-
I know
my
hate
best
her.
friend Amy.
Yeah, Jennifer's fucking dumb.
So she was
Dead!
yeah, that was what drew me with it. Was like and like I thought the world building was incredible, and like, but yeah, the actual main storyline with like Bryce and Hunt, I could not have given any less of a
Yeah.
shit about. Hunt is like the most boring love interest,
It's
and
like
Bryce isn't much better.
one-dimensional.
Doesn't he have like a unicorn sex toy
He's-
though?
She
No,
does.
She does.
Oh.
No,
Jelly
she's
bean.
Wow, he doesn't even have that.
Princess-
Oh, I thought that was
Princess
his one
Gigi
thing.
or something.
Yeah, she has like
Wow.
My Little Ponies with the serial numbers filed off.
Oh, I thought
read
that was
that.
him.
Yeah,
Why?
and I hated it.
Why did you read
I
it?
was buddy reading it with like Paige and some other people.
Paige likes to make people suffer, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I was the only one having a bad time.
I didn't like the first book, so I just don't think it should have been a series. And that's A Dark Shade of Magic.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
Out. Out.
You wanted controversy.
You were the one like, oh no, I wanted the drama. Well, I wasn't aiming it at you. It was like,
The whole time you're like, like for my turn.
I think it's probably one of the first books I ever DNF'd. I can't tell you anything about it because I hated it that much. I blocked it on my
It's fine.
memory.
You read Sarah J. Maas, so I don't trust your reading tastes. Clearly, you just don't know good books.
Delilah sucks.
So.
They're like, do I get to answer?
Come on, my battery's gonna die. Should probably unlock that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I also
Moving
had
on.
an answer. I kind of took the second part of the question because I don't regret reading this series, but I am a completionist, so it's rare for me to not finish a series. But I'm not going to continue with The Promised Neverland, which is a manga series that like I really liked the start of it, but it's like I've read like 12 volumes of it, and it's just. It started dragging and I just don't want to pick it up again, and so like I am just going to let myself not finish it, and that's fine. It's fine to not finish it. It's fine.
It is.
It is proud.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
But I don't regret starting it. Like it starts really good, but yeah.
Number 5 is a book that everyone loved, but you didn't.
Caravan.
I feel like a lot of people don't. I didn't really like that.
I know
read it.
loads of people love it, and like everyone was going on about the sequel and like, oh, it's gonna follow Jack, and I'm like, but Jack was the worst character that was introduced and actually took the story away from the sisters, and I absolutely hated how they brought this really interesting, amazing thing with Scarlet, only to then switch perspective to her sister, who spent 2 books pining after this absolute shit snot stain of a... I can't even come up with the words, you know? He's that awful. And then we had like the briefest glimpse back with the sister, and I just felt like the stuff that happens with her, I'm trying to not spoilery things, and what, like her storyline, I just felt it was kind of like oh yeah, I guess I should mention her, rather than have it as a properly developed story, and I really wish that the POV hadn't switched to the other sister, because she was just... Oh. But yeah, second book onwards just became like a little teenage diary, like, he wouldn't kiss me! Wah. So yeah.
That was me as a teenager, actually.
I know.
It's okay when it's a teenager.
When it's
I
like
think
a
there's not a book
13-year-old,
about
it's
me.
fine, but when it's like an 18-year-old and she's talking about marriage and acting like that,
It would probably still be me now if I had a diary.
Bring
Sasha
in.
didn't kiss me on the train.
Sasha kissed the girl.
It's my turn. I don't have an answer.
Face the camera though.
Yeah, like,
I don't have an answer for this one.
that's absolutely fine.
You're gradually phasing us more and more, and I'm just like.
Because I'm a sweaty mess. I feel gross. I'm gonna go
You
stand
honestly
under the
do not
aircon.
look it.
I'm gonna go stand under the aircon.
Pretend Meredith is still here.
I don't want to say this one.
Do
Oh,
it.
Who are you going to invoke the wrath of? Is it me?
House of Hollow.
But it's so
I
good.
realized
that was a series.
No, it's not serious. It's just book that you
Just-
liked
oh.
that no one else liked. A book
I
that
thought-
you didn't like
Oh,
that
this-
everyone liked.
I thought it was
to
part
be
of
serious.
the
Series.
series.
Ah,
That's why I was struggling.
Yeah.
Air of Fire by Sarah J. Marsden. I think I did not like that one. Everyone else loves that one. I don't.
I actually wrote Throwing a Glass down, like the series. I
Yeah.
actually wrote that down for this answer and then changed it.
Guess what?
'Cause I didn't
It's
finish
my friend's favourite book in the series.
Yeah, and it's
I didn't
like
like Catwoman.
everybody's favorite of the series. I just don't like it. I just don't like Rowan.
I didn't like Air of Fire because she went from being an amazing character. Everything I liked about that character is now gone because of a man.
I think he's
Woo.
a simpering wet rag, really.
Yeah.
But when he... No, I won't say that's recorded.
Okay.
I probably knew what I was going to say.
Did we go around?
Zodiac Academy.
Which one? There's the whole series.
Yeah.
Oh, this is supposed to be whole. Sorry.
Yeah. Or just interpret it however you want, but Zodiac Academy, the whole series.
That makes sense.
What
Yeah.
about the scene where Darius has a breakfast burrito?
Yeah, it's really important to know about what they're eating and what their playlists
I think
are.
that scene's
Oh, wow.
really, really good.
I prefer Death
It's not like
Phase
sexual,
because-
right? Or is it just a scene where you get
No,
told
he's
what's
just
He's
eating a
just
burrito.
eating a breakfast burrito, and I just thought it was weird because he's like big and scary, and he took a bite into his breakfast burrito.
Wow.
I prefer Dank Fae because I am a cultured person.
That's
It's terrible.
they both have their moments, but no, I completely understand with Zodiac Academy. It's just I think it's just the vibes for me. I'm a big vibe girly.
Well, I had Throne of Glass.
Hey!
Coming for each other, go.
Well, this is the controversial opinion question.
Because, you know,
Well, I didn't
I
realize I
don't
was supposed to be
understand the
looking at
fuss.
series.
You know,
Yeah.
of that series and Sarah J. Maas in general. Because of that.
Can I change my answer?
Well, you're looking at me, it's not my video.
Yeah, because I did not get the memo. There was had to be everything had to be a series. So series everyone loved, but I didn't. I'll change to the Raven Boys or the Raven Cycle then.
Just to pile on
Just take 3 people out.
Yeah, no one to come for me yet. So
No,
No,
just take half of us out in one swoop. Well
I
done.
think it's fine that you didn't like it.
I
More
didn't
for
like
me.
it either.
Yeah. No one dislikes my series.
You don't usually.
No one's
read
read your
series,
series.
though.
The Indian Lake trilogy.
Sasha didn't like what moves the. Oh, you said.
I have soft DNF.
Yeah, you did mention it though.
I soft DNF'd it for 2 months, then read it and went, I really should have just DNF'd it. Sorry.
There you go, Aaron. You can take it down.
Some people have bad taste.
Number 6 is a book series that you used to love.
Your head definitely showed.
I just put it down. I was like dying.
So a series you used to love but now you don't.
Was it me?
Yeah.
I think I had an answer.
Camera.
Oh, I just put anything I read as a teen.
That is
That's
fair.
fair.
That's fair.
Valid. To be fair, one.
Except The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I didn't read that as a teen because I'm very old.
Yeah,
I was like, I actually might have been 20, I don't know, but yeah.
Vampire Academy. I tried to reread the first one a couple of years
So good
ago, and I just did not like it at all. Could also say the same for the House of Night series too. That one is just full of so many slurs for so many different diversities, and it's not good.
And it was like how many celebrity names can we throw into this book? Like
Yep.
Nicole Kidman.
That's a random one. 10 points. It sounds like a great book. It mentions Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
I'm in. Thanks for the rec.
Mine is the Study series by Marie V. Schneider. I still like Poison Study. Like, I reread the series and I still do enjoy Poison Study, but the other books in the series are I just did not get along with them. They were
I found them boring.
very boring.
Yeah, I was really bored.
And like, I still got something out of Poison Study. It still was like nice to revisit it, but like the series as a whole, I was just like,
So many people have now made me go, okay, I don't think I've only read Poison Study and I gave it 5 stars.
yeah,
I've now decided it's going to be a one and done.
yeah.
Like,
I think it's better as well.
it never got a sequel.
Yeah.
I had Nevernight trilogy by Jay Crystal, mainly because one, that author is just controversial in way too many ways, and in hindsight, looking at it, it's not really culturally appropriate and kind of
Yeah.
steals a lot of stuff from other identities.
Yeah.
So yes, I wish I
Also,
never want to read that.
graphic underage sex.
Yes. So many questionable things.
Yeah.
So
Those
don't read it.
footnotes that are like this long.
Yeah, the footnotes.
Oh, what are they
like Robin Hobb?
They're really pretentious long footnotes. Oh, it's
Like,
amazing.
My opinion on footnotes in general is if you can't put it into the main body of the text, then clearly it doesn't need to be in the book.
I'm not reading it.
Like
I
non-fiction,
can't
I'm not
stand
reading a
difference.
thesis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like
Yeah.
you're reading a thesis.
Like,
yes,
non-fiction, okay,
Yeah.
but in fiction, there is no
Yeah.
place for footnotes in
He just
fiction,
thought
in
it
my
made him
humble
smart.
opinion.
You could picture him being like, oh, that's so clever. Look at this really long footnote.
I can see it being used in an interesting stylistic way. I just haven't seen it being used in an
Yeah.
interesting stylistic
You
way.
need to read. No, it's great. I didn't DNF it.
Yeah, I'll really ramp that up the priority list.
See, I had one written down, and then I think I'm going to change it, but I might need to move before I say it.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I don't think anyone here actually will hurt you, just FYI.
Zoe definitely will. Look at her.
Lord of the Rings.
Get out.
I wrote Twilight, but I was like, I think that's pretty much everyone. But no,
I
quite
didn't like
honestly,
Twilight.
Lord of the Rings, I loved it when I was a kid. I read it when I was like 10, and I thought it was incredible. And I remember I used to study the appendices to learn Elvish. I'm not looking.
No.
I'm not even looking at the
To be
script.
panning slowly in the edit. It's like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
And then when I went back about 3-4 years ago, I tried to reread it, and I had forgotten just how many songs and poem, and I just did not enjoy it, and I felt it was too much, and I kind of gave up after the first book and decided I love the films, I love my memories of the books, I don't need to reread it.
Yeah, the film movies. Who needs to read
I'm not
films?
insulting it, I'm not saying it's shit. I'm just saying I used to love it. This is, am I going to log onto my Facebook and be like,
Stirring the pot, Mark.
I did not hear that.
I
You
said
don't
you
have to.
kind of are.
I'm genuinely not.
It's good.
I can appreciate it for the craftsmanship that it is. It just isn't for me anymore.
Anyways, number 7
Guys, you're sleeping outside tonight.
Yeah.
You're really red.
I'm so hot. Okay, so number 7 is a best cast of characters.
Because I only had a book.
That's fine. Just say it then.
Just say it, it's
Just
fine.
No, I've got.
I said The Wayward Children.
Thank you.
I said fruits basket.
We're not at you yet.
Oh, I guess
I wanted
everything's
everything to be about
deep
me.
because it has a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Good Girls Guide to Fair.
Luna Chronicles. It was a really tough one for me between Luna Chronicles, The Greatcoats, and Darker Shades of Magic.
Alright, number 8. What series has the prettiest covers?
The Singing Hills Cycle by Nevo.
Yeah.
I had Legends and Martos.
Thank
That
you.
cover is just gorgeous.
Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Niel.
Ooh, yeah.
You read that third book yet?
Okay.
I didn't have anything because I felt really pressured.
Meredith doesn't have eyes.
I just like everything. I want every
So many pretty books, and I only had a short amount of time, and I was like, I don't know, I don't want to say something and then forget something else that's prettier.
It wasn't time.
I know. The Ice Planet Barbarians series. Yes.
The new ones or the old ones?
The old
No,
ones are obvious.
I'm joking.
The new one's actually kind of cool.
They are
Yeah,
pretty.
no, they are pretty, but not the prettiest. See, I
Yeah.
can't.
No, you love the stock photos of people that have been edited to look blue, don't you?
That's the next question.
Yeah.
The Deal with the Demon series by Katie Robert.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are pretty.
Mainly
There's
The Dragon's
so
Bride.
I love that cover.
Yeah, true.
Clinch. And the last question is, what series has the ugliest covers?
Should we go together?
No.
1, 2, 3.
The Clicanian series.
The Proclanians.
Wow.
That wasn't as cool as I thought it would be.
No.
Do we want to go again?
Yeah.
1, 2,
in the frame.
3.
The Clicanian series. They're an alien smut series that's basically kind of just like a Ruby Dixon ripoff. In some ways, they've got original stuff as well, but the covers are just like
Nipples.
Yeah.
This is not the Canyon, sorry. This is mine. It's the original Twilight cover before the apple.
I didn't know there was one before
Yeah.
the other.
Yep.
Wow.
When it was first
Is that really
published.
rare and like expensive?
Yeah.
Imagine spending like heaps of money for that.
But is that
They do.
Amazing.
really
Had that cover one.
worse than a slightly
You
changed
have
colour
a
torso?
You have just a torso, and this is the head that completes the torso, okay? It's just a head. And some paint, because that is MS paint.
Yeah.
Look how pointy her booty is.
I love the pointy boob. Also, the fact the body doesn't connect to the head.
Yeah.
Very distorted.
Was it indie published?
So what's yours?
Oh, I had the Chestnut Springs.
That's right.
They mass paperback series because they're really plain and they just got random cowboy hats and random flowers. And
Yeah.
I just go whatever. Yeah. But the original series covers, they're nice with the people on them.
We love hot people.
Very Nalini Singh Side Change Thing series. I'm sorry, the American covers are fucking ugly.
They're really bad.
They
They're
are
really badly
ugly.
photoshopped, and it just is so awful. At least the international covers look pretty.
Are the American covers the ones that like look like they have like a Photoshop stamp from like 2005? There's like just sort of like a squiggly stamp as like an extra decoration.
Possibly, I don't know, but they're just like, and they're mass market paperback as well, so they're just even worse.
That's
Yeah.
the wrap up.
I can end it for you.
That's
Bye.
fine.
That's
Me. Like, I can see why it's not great, but yeah, like that's.
I'm also annoyed because they're meant to be aliens, but they're just dudes.
Yeah.
They have tattoos,
I'm
okay?
sorry they
Yeah.
couldn't just get aliens from Mars for you.
People can like illustrate things. They didn't get actual purple dudes.
Do you like my sock?
These are some of our. Some people may now be single, some people may now be sleeping outside tonight, some people got away without offending anyone.
You wanted someone to get offended.
Yeah, we wanted drama and we got it. But thank you all so much for watching. As I said, not all of us have done a video, but the ones of us that have done a video will be linked below. So please do check everybody out. Please follow everybody. I mean, you should already be following everyone, and if you're not, then like, you know, bad juju on you and your family for the next generation. Just saying. That, I couldn't remember the exact word, so that.
Not the
On.
cows.
So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I think everyone's in camera. There we go. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. Don't forget to check out my Etsy and Patreon, which are both always linked below, and I will see you on the next one.
Join me in dinner.
Bye!
Bye!
And that's the